Hello, I am Sourabh Verma. In this video, we will be talking about the major concerns and challenges about the Indian economy. Here we will be focusing on the 7 major concerns and challenges regarding the Indian economy in the coming 5 years. The first challenge regarding the Indian economy is the low per capita income of the people of India. Per capita income is the amount of money which a person earns in a limited period of time, say for 30 days. If we take into account the per capita income of people from different parts of the world, Indians have the lowest per capita income. They are almost at the bottom of the table. If we compare the per capita income of the people of India to people from other countries of the world, we fare badly and we are at the bottom of the table. Per capita income is important because per capita income is an indicator of economic growth. High per capita income means high economic growth, while low per capita income means low economic growth. India's per capita income, as per the data of the economic survey of the current financial year, India's per capita income is somewhere less than 2000 rupees per month. And as per some unofficial sources, the per capita income of Indians is even less than 2000 rupees per month. So if we compare it with the per capita income of people from other countries of the world, obviously it is one of the lowest in the world. Low per capita income means less cash in the pockets of the people to spend. It translates into less purchasing power in the hands of the people, because people will have less money to spend on the goods and other necessary items. And what does less purchasing power signifies? When people have less purchasing power, obviously they will buy less, and obviously it will ultimately translate into less demand in the economy. So when there is less demand in the economy, what does it mean? Less demand means it automatically means less production and less supply of the goods. Because most of the companies who are manufacturing goods, they have to maintain a demand supply balance. There is always a linkage between the demand and the supply. So when the demand comes down, when people started purchasing less, obviously the production and the supply of the goods are also affected, and they also eventually comes down. When the production and the supply of the goods come down, the goods will become scarce. They will become scarce. We will see few goods around the shelves in any supermarket. So what does it mean? It means that the prices of those goods, those scarce goods, will automatically rise. So less demand eventually means increasing inflation. Less demand triggers inflationary pressures in the economy. So it means that the prices of the goods will go high, and when the prices goes up, obviously it again affects the demand. So when the prices of the goods become high and inflation increases, it again casts a pressure on the demand and it further reduces the demand. So it is like a vicious cycle where less demand triggers high inflation, and high inflation further reduces the demand. So it's very important for any healthy economy to increase the per capita income of the people. To sustain a proper demand supply ratio, it is very important to increase the per capita income of the people. The second major challenge about the Indian economy. The second major challenge about the Indian economy are wide disparities and inequalities in the distribution of income and wealth. only 2-3 corporate company families, they are owning a majority of the wealth of India, and they own a major chunk in the income of the India. So as far as the rest of the population is concerned, their share in the income and wealth of the country is minimal. So only these few corporate families own what is way above or more than what the rest of the population own. So this creates wide disparities in the distribution of income and wealth. And when there is disparities and in the income and wealth, obviously it breeds inequalities. And this inequality gap is widening with time. So in short, the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. The third major challenge about the Indian economy is our manufacturing problems. In short, the world does not buy our products. Whether it's cars, mobile phones, electronics, nobody in the world except we Indians purchases our products. They generally either buy Chinese products which are cost effective, or they buy Korean or Japanese products which are better in quality. Even for basic household equipment like refrigerators, washing machines, dishwashers, ovens, air conditioners, people don't buy our products. And what happens when people, especially around the world, they don't buy Indian products? What does it mean? It means that we don't earn foreign exchange. And since we are not earning foreign exchange, it essentially means that we are losing foreign exchange on the other hand. Because when any Indian purchases a product which is made by some foreign company, then obviously we are losing foreign exchange. So when we lose foreign exchange, our people start buying products of these foreign companies, obviously the economy cannot be healthier. If you want to check the truth, just compare the overseas sales records of any Indian car manufacturing company like Tata or Mahindra with the overseas sales of Hyundai or Honda. For instance, Tata Motors sold just 10307 units to overseas market in April-November of the current financial year. And Mahindra, which is a very prominent Indian car manufacturing company, Mahindra sold just 3,976 units to overseas markets in April-November of the current financial year. And just compare it with the sale records of Hyundai. Hyundai Motor Global Sale, as per their website, the website of the Hyundai Motor Company, Hyundai Motor Global Sale is total 3.89 million units, and only December sales are 3,34,242 units. So just see where we are standing and where they are standing. The fourth major concern about the Indian economy is our agricultural sector. Agriculture was never a priority for any government. Although on the other hand, agriculture is the backbone of our economy, but it's slowly losing its shine. This is due to the fact that we are not able to modernize and diversify our agriculture. We have to modernize our agriculture, we have to make it competitive, so as to make our farmers earn better. But on the other hand, when we are not able to make our agriculture sector competitive, it means decline in the income of the farmers. And there is rapid decline in the income of the farmers. More and more farmers are leaving agriculture and they are selling their lands and they are choosing other vocations. And it is precisely for this reason that the share of the agriculture in the gross national domestic product is falling. If we compare the share of the agriculture in gross national domestic product as per the economic survey 21-22, the share of the agriculture in gross national domestic product is 18.8% in 21-22. While if we compare it to 1990-91, the share of agriculture in the gross national domestic product is around 30%. So we are seeing a rapid decline in the share of agriculture in GDP. And it means that more and more people are leaving agriculture and choosing other things to earn a living. The fifth major concern about the Indian economy is large scale unemployment and massive population. In India, we have reached a state where we are not able to provide jobs to our skilled and experienced workforce. Skilled and experienced workforce means people who have the experience of working in at least 2-3 companies. They have got few endorsement and they are skilled in their work. And our country is not able to provide all of them with jobs. We are not able to provide even our skilled and experienced workforce the jobs it needed. And imagine a situation where every year more and more graduates are completing their degrees and are entering the job fray. They are entering the job market and are becoming job seekers. However, our economy is not able to provide them jobs. Looking at the massive population of India, it is now almost impossible to provide jobs to all of them. This leads to huge wastage of human potential and human capital. As a result, the middle class is facing an employment crisis in India. This employment crisis of the middle class in India is translating into a financial crisis and ultimately into a survival crisis for the middle class. Because most of the middle class in India are relying on jobs for their livelihood. And when the jobs goes down, obviously the financial strength of the middle class also comes down. So as far as the middle class is concerned, it is facing severe financial pressure due to rising costs in school education, high rentals, increasing interest rates on loans, crippling medical bills, all are adding to their financial woes. Company after company in India is going into liquidation. And from where the government will bring jobs for our youth, it's a very difficult question to answer. Because when we don't have good and healthy companies, how we are going to generate these jobs for our massive population? India's population is now nearing around 145 crore people. And as per the CMIE records, latest CMIE records, India has 60 million unemployed youth in the country. But if we look at the unofficial figures, India has more than 90 million unemployed youth in the country, and majority of it are women. The sixth major concern about the Indian economy is our non-competitive service sector. India's service sector industries such as tourism, hospitality, food sectors, they provide jobs to the largest number of people in India. And these sectors are very important for the health of economy. After the pandemic, these sectors are struck hard and they are struggling for survival. They are fighting for their survival. On the other hand, our Asian neighbors like Malaysia, Indonesia and Thailand are able to deal with the after effects of pandemic in a much better way. They are able to sustain their service sectors, especially the tourism. And therefore, these countries have performed better in these areas, especially tourism. The seventh major concern about the Indian economy is our government's infatuation with big infrastructural projects. What is happening in India is that government is pushing more and more money into the big infrastructural projects like East-West corridor, bullet train, expressways, international airports and whatnot. in the name of Vikas and development, government is pushing more and more money into the infrastructural projects. However, this puts enormous pressure on the government exchequer. It puts enormous pressure on the government funds. So what it does then? It goes to RBI and asks more funds, asks more loan. And beyond a certain limit, RBI should not lend to the government. Although it is a banker to the government and it cannot say no to the government, but it should not lend to the government beyond a certain limit. It's bad for the economy. But since RBI cannot say no to the government, it gives government more and more loans and it compensates it by printing more currency. So RBI is printing more and more money to cope with the rising demand. This artificially pumping more and more money into the economy through big infrastructure projects. This is creating dangerously high inflationary pressures in the economy. So it is making our economy an inflationary economy. It is responsible for rising cost of all the goods. It is responsible for high inflation. And this is putting most of the things beyond the reach of the poor and the middle class in the country. In short, beyond a certain level, if inflation rises beyond a certain level, it means game over for the economy. Moreover, big infrastructural projects not only cash strips the government, they sucks cash from the government. But on the other hand, they are not very employment generation friendly, because most of these big infrastructural projects went to foreign companies, and these foreign companies are employing foreign labor force. Especially in the technical departments, these companies are employing foreign labor force and they hardly employ very few indigenous people. So they are not generating employment for our country, and on the other hand they are cash stripping the government. Thus they are creating more and more inflation in the economy. But the government is not letting go of its infatuation of big infra projects because of the buzzword called Vikas. Everything goes right in the name of Vikas and development, because Vikas is now an election issue. We have been focusing on these concerns and challenges, and these concerns and challenges are becoming much and more important in the coming 5 years. These challenges, if not overcome properly, could spell doom for the Indian economy. That's all for today's video. If you liked our video, please give us a thumbs up and do share and subscribe our channel. Thank you.